Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Choices Life Coaching. And today's topic is I have a dream, passion, dreams, and DES. Passion, dreams, and desires. Okay. Now, I Have a Dream is a famous speech by Dr. Martin Luther King. Okay, and this was his speech to the point of it became famous. How? Well, I am not unmindful that some of you have come here out of great trials and tribulations, okay? Some of you come fresh from narrow cells. Some of you have come from areas where your quest for freedom left you battered by the storms of persecution and staggered by the winds of police brutality. You have been the veterans of creative suffering. Continue to work with the faith that unearned suffering is redemptive. Go back to Mississippi. Go back to Alabama. Go back to South Carolina. Go back to Georgia. Go back to Louisiana. Go back to the slums and the ghettos of the northern cities, knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Let us now not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friends, that in spite of the difficulties and frustrations of the moment, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men and all women are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, my sons of former slaves and sons of former slaves owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. Okay, I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a desert state sweltering with the heat of injustice and apprehension, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my four children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day the state of Alabama, whose governor's lips are presently dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, will be transformed into a situation where little black boys and little black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and little white girls and walk together as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low, that the rough places will be made plain and the crooked places will be made straight. The glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. I have a dream that one day that this nation that is multi-ethnical and multiracial, okay, that their hope, that there is faith, that which is returned to the South with the faith that we all are able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope, that with the faith we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, pray together, struggle together, love together, go to jail together, stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will one day be free. Okay? This is the speech of Dr. Martin Luther King. Uh, good, Good morning, Nini. This is Dr. Martin Luther's speech in 1963. Okay, that dreams are powerful. Dreams are absolutely powerful, and those who dream them can change cultures, redirect nations, move mountains. Dreams animate our hearts with passionate energy, spur us on to action, and offer the hope that a better future is not only possible but imperative. Dreams are images of our passion and overload into the future. Okay, in the context of coaching, and dreams can be defined as pictures for the future that we hope to see and that we hope to live in someday. Okay, there are snapshots of what we would like our life to look like. Since goals are big parts of coaching, it is helpful to clearly distinguish between dreams, goals, and visions. So a goal is a dream, at a goal is, and what people say, well, what is a goal? Okay, a goal is an end that you have committed to accomplishing. Dreams simply look at the future and say, what this is what I wish for. Okay, a dream becomes a goal when you commit to reaching in within a certain time frame. But part of the power of dreams is that you don't have to have practical plans to reach them. Okay, a lot of people think that you have to have have to be committed to making the dream happen. It is simply a picture of what the future might look like if it is in accord with your desires. DESIRES. The fact that we don't have to have a realistic plan frees us up to imagine what we really want instead of being bound up by what we feel is possible. Vision. Vision is another term that gets confused with dreams. Okay, we get confused with dreams and visions because a vision is a dream goal that reaches out to capture others to work for its fulfillment. It is a visual picture of the desired future that a visionary has committed to make what happen, to bringing others on board to help. Okay, that means a visionary has no business recruiting people to a vision that he or she is not personally committed to seeing it through to the completion. If your vision are ideas for a neat future that you may or may not act on, you are a dreamer, not a visionary. Okay, the currency of dreams is hope. Visions run instead of faith, the substance of things hoped for. Okay, now if a vision is truly from God, it exists to bring into being the greatest of the three virtues, the agape love. A biblical vision is a picture of what? A picture of the future that God passionately desires and calls us to reach. Okay, now we have to tap into, therefore, these biblical visionaries are not visions, our owners who mobilize others to do their vision. They are bond servants of what? They're bond servants to God's desires. Desire. Okay. Good morning, Arlene. We have passions, dreams, values, and energies, and you're here to serve what? Okay. If God has given you if you hear a leader say something like, you're here to serve my vision, run in the opposite direction. Because that is like totally, that's a leader who's most likely building a personal empire, not a kingdom to serve God, okay? Dream principles. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech emulates a number of important dream principles we can apply to the life coaching process. Take a moment to reread or take a moment to re-listen to the I Have a Dream speech, okay? Dreams are visual images. Notice the abundant imagery of the King's speech, okay? He carries you to the red hills of Georgia, to a future where little black boys and little black girls would be able to join hands with little white boys and little white girls and walk together as brothers and sisters. You don't hear King's speech so much as you see it. You understand? Visualize the images affect us much more deeply and are more powerfully motivating these words. Therefore, we'll encourage clients to use the process of visualization to turn the skeleton of important dreams into what? Fleshed out pictures using the envisioning of your dream. I say all the time, what is your vision? Picture yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Where do you see yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, even sexually? Where do you see yourself in the areas of your spiritual growth, your emotional growth? Where do you see yourself in the areas of your relationship? Okay, where do you see yourself in the 8 areas? And you probably say, why does she always say that? Because it's important. Because we have to take a look at the entire person. We have to look at each man at each person, okay? We have to work with you in the areas of money, in the areas of your living environment, in your personal growth, in your health and recreation, in community, in family, in God. We have to look at all these things and all these areas that make you and me, that make us up to be the person that we are today. Dreams reveal deep, Desires. The King's dream touches us at a visceral emotional level because it expresses the heart cry of an entire people for freedom and justice. Dreams are like that. They resonate from the passion of our heart. Okay, one service we offer our clients is to help them find the deep Desires that lies beneath the surface of their own dream. Dreams motivate. Martin Luther King spoke about his dream, but a better future to motivate African Americans to keep working for equality and to keep hoping for non-violent change. Dreams motivate because visualization and visualizing them activates the hope that they can be reached, okay? A well-pictured dream makes the desired future real enough that you are willing to what? pay the price to have it. And what is that price? In the chapter, we explore 2 techniques for increasing motivation, envisioning the dream fulfillment, and looking at the cost of not reaching your dream, fulfilling your passion, or the DESIRES, dreams ignore obstacles. Okay. And I have to say that because obstacles is a part of life. Okay. Part of the power of dreams in the coaching process is that they overlook present obstacles. Okay. Notice that the king urges his audience to go back to knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Okay. Now, the dream is that inequality will be changed somehow, that we don't know how it will happen. Things have gotten so turned upside down that I have to sit down and listen to myself, and I have to say to myself, okay, the dream is that inequality will be changed somehow, that we don't know how it will happen. It's immaterial to find the fact that this is a dream worth pursuing, and the quality of dreams lead us to an important coaching technique. That technique is when a client is STYMIED, stemmed by present obstacles like a lack of time, resources. Ignoring the obstacles and picturing the dream of future has an amazing power to re-motivate people and help them engage in their creativity to get unstuck. Okay. Dreams connect us to heaven because they describe an ideal world. Dreams have a certain otherworldly quality. The king states that we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters, WATERS, and righteousness like a mighty stream. An imperfect world doesn't lend itself to the perfection of dreams. King's dreams is a fact, a picture of heaven. Okay, and in that sense, that every true dream is grounded in heaven, because every true DESIRE was created to find ultimate fulfillment where? Here on earth, in the here and now. Letting go versus change. Okay. One technique that I use, and I know that most coaches use this, but I use this technique, is the letting go versus the change technique. One technique that I help my clients deal with external circumstances is to EXPLORE, changing their expectations as well as changing their situation. If change is not on the horizon, I ask my clients, like, can you imagine what it would look like just to make peace with circumstances and move on? Conversely, if the person is settling for less or just coping, you understand, challenge them to imagine. I challenge them to imagine a future where the thing that they are coping with is totally eliminated. Dreams and limitations. Dreams and limitations. It is important that we keep in mind that dreams are remembrances of Eden. We can imagine an ideal life where all things like turn out well, but we cannot fully reproduce it in this broken world. And because society is so broken and the world is broken, that we are living within a fallen humanity, a dream is an echo of the eternal running down through time to a fallen race, RACE, to a fallen race, okay, that will be lifted. You understand, the human race is fallen. That comes from every nationality: black, white, Hispanic, Jew, Palestinian, European, if you're from one of the tropical countries, Africa, South America, one of the 7 continents, America, Canada, no matter where you live on planet Earth, we are all in a fallen society. We are living in a fallen society. So although many of us pursue these dreams with our deepest desires, only find ultimate fulfillment in heaven. Okay, and there's so many temptations going on within man, so many temptations going on within women, so many things struggling between. Like, I work with women, but I would like to one day marry a man. Okay, I work with women all day long, but I like to cuddle up and snuggle up next to my boyfriend or my husband. Okay, so there comes a time that I have to separate from my what I do from who I am. And people seem to not understand that. You are not what you do. You understand? You have to learn to be your job, your career. When you're creating a work of art, dancing, planting, if you are a chef, if you are a mom, you understand, you may be a mom, but you're still you. You may be a wife, but you're still you. You understand, you have to separate your doing from being. And a lot of us lose our purpose, or don't have purpose or meaning in life when the kids grow up, and then we have the empty nest syndrome. Or if we get divorced, then what are we going to do? Or if you are a single mom, does that mean that you should stop dreaming and pursuing your dream? Okay, absolutely not. We must dream to keep heaven in mind and to understand how this world falls far short of it. Without dreams, we easily settle into pragmatic worldliness, okay? But contrary to what some teach, dreams do have limits, okay? There is only so much that I can do or that you can do. We in North America can believe that all creation ought to bow down to the personal, DESIRES, and fulfill all. But that doesn't mean that it will happen. You understand? Like, I understand that if we haven't been taught anything in life, we understand. We see it, and I look around and I see so many things, and I say to myself, like, okay, but I don't want that. That's not what I want. So there is only so much that a person can actually do. You understand? What is your motive for doing? What is your motive for being who you are? What is your reason behind it? Because we have so many different types of personalities and people on the planet today. But if we stop dreaming altogether, it swings us to the opposite pole, like the North Pole and the South Pole. So let go of the hope of a better time. We have to We can't let go of a better hope for tomorrow. What we hope for is integral in the biblical living sense. There's so many people in interracial relationships. You have black people married to Hispanic people, white people married to Chinese people, black folks married to white folks, Hispanic folks married to black folks. There is when I say we have become so blended in our since since Martin Luther King had made that dream. Oh, hi, baby. When we think of so many things, when I think of that Martin Luther King speech, is that it frees everyone, and I think everyone on the planet at some point has heard that dream, and then it taps into the power of PURPURPOSA. You understand? We got to have purpose, okay? But not we can't stop dreaming altogether, because then the purpose of the team's remarks that the Western impulse is a change in the world. You have people coaching from a Western point of view and an Eastern point of view, and they really, believe it or not, it's totally two different things. Okay, now the Western dream is unlimited personal power to rearrange circumstances to match our DESIRES and the way that we see self-help. And a section of, if you go to any Barnes and Noble for a room full of advice on how to unleash your personal power, then when you go to the Eastern dream is the enter of nirvana to it's at a peace with the universe that nothing can shake us. If you ever notice when you look at the Asian culture, then you look at the Indian culture, then you look at the American culture, and you look at spirituality from different aspects, those in South America and those in Africa. They all approach God and spirituality in a different kind of way. What is the Christian faith born into the East and nurtured into the West, and missed that truth to both approaches? For everything, there is a season, there is a time to work for change, no matter the cost, and there are times to let go, to be at peace with the way things are. There are times to chase your dreams, and times to release them. There are times that, as coaches or as your coach, I may need to learn to deploy both approaches and use the change versus the letting go experience. What is your life purpose? Okay. What is your life purpose? Your life purpose is a specific future that you may dream for yourself, about ways that you would like to either live your life or that is about your life. And if you are dreaming to opening up a bed and breakfast and having the chance to host or to serve all kinds of people, that dream may be a container for the deepest desires in your heart. Okay, so that you can live that important part of life to purpose discovery process. There's a life purpose discovery process that is getting these dreams out and onto the table. Okay, a great place to start with is your dream inventory. What is your dream inventory? This vision is broken into two sections, okay? One for the big dreams, one for the fun stuff, one for the big dreams, one for the desires depicted on larger pieces, getting like a master's degree, starting a business, mentoring 5 young leaders, or going on a mission, going on a field mission. Okay, and with a field mission, when you're doing like mission work, many fall under the second level of God's purpose, where it is working to bring his kingdom into the life of the world. And the fun dreams aren't so much about legacy, but it's about joy. Okay, they fall under the third level of purpose. Maybe you've always wanted to hike down the Oregon coast with your 3 friends, okay, and what? Take a hot air balloon ride or visit the grandchildren on a regular basis, whatever. I keep doing this and it's still Anyway, separating these two little lists encourages and coaches to engage in the innocent DESIRES to give spice to life. Now, with just one big dream list, okay, you can tend to get embarrassed about putting like your level 3 dreams, like your level 3 bucket list dreams, okay? Take a fall color vacation in New England. Next, like lead 10 people, for those that are Christians, lead 10 people to Christ within their lifetime, okay? We can discount the fun things that we would like to do, and we say that they're maybe not spiritual enough. Who says that having fun isn't a spiritual thing? Who what come like, are you sucking on lemons or something? Who says that having fun isn't spiritual? Those things are part of God's good will, as long as we keep them in the proper perspective and in the proper proportions with the entirety of God's purpose and plan. That means that holding on to them lightly and often allowing God to bring them as a gift instead of making them the focus of one's life. Fun dreams are very useful in situations where coaches don't yet know what the bigger dream is that they want to pursue with their clients. Looking at these desires beneath these fun dreams can often give us access, or allow you access and give you access to your passions, as well as examining the big dream. When we do the dream bigger, and that is believing in people helps them to do more than they can do on their own, you understand? It is easy to have shortcomings of our dreams and limit them to what dreams manageable with our current resources, and we have to take a look at that as well. Based on your current resources, what is based on your current resources, what based on your current resources, how do you see yourself in the long term, in the short term? Okay, we can grow in the course of pursuing a God-given dream. We need to dream in terms of potential, not just our present. Here are several ways to exchange, like those who dream small and think bigger. Okay, ask for more. Ask for more. ASKFORMORE. Ask for more. What if you really stressed your faith? What about going for double this impact or even 10 times as much? Okay. Remove failure. Imagine that you couldn't fail at whatever it is that you were attempting to do, that you knew that God is behind you and that God is on your side. How big would you dream? How big would you dream? How big would you dream? And then you have to do the envisioning, visualizing, and the fulfillment of that dream in detail is highly motivating. And often, if you spend time there, the client will find the courage to do what? Think bigger. Think bigger, okay? Request faith. Can I challenge you to push this beyond the current abilities? Can I challenge you to push this beyond your current abilities? What if you made it with something that requires God's hand to have success in, okay? And we will continue with the Dream Bigger series in our next segment. Thank you all for joining, and we'll take a quick break and we'll come back in 10-15 minutes, okay? This way, the segments aren't that long, but it'll give you a chance to tinkle, make some coffee, get some caffeine, and, make a phone call. And I'll be back with the next segment, and we will be continuing the Dream Bigger and Dreaming Style. Okay? So, love each and every one of you. Mwah, 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 mwah. I'm so silly, right? But be happy. And I love Dr. Martin Luther King. Love him, love him, love him, love him, love him. You know why? Because he allowed me to dream.